What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and today we are going to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 5. Okay, y'all, let me start this off by saying that I feel so bad for sis. Sis is Sheree. Damn, Tyrone. She tried to call on Tyrone and he just didn't answer. Let's get into it, y'all, shall we? Y'all, I don't know what be happening with my intro sometimes. It be freezing and I be sitting here thinking it's still going on. But anyway, this is not the picture I want to have up. Okay, so the episode starts off where they're all still at dinner, and Sheree pretty much, it picks up where it left off, where Sheree was getting ready to tell them about the messy ass assistant that Drew has, Anthony. So Sheree shows the text messages of Anthony saying that Drew's husband is the GAY, okay? And Drew apologizes to Sheree eventually for putting her hands in her face and bringing the info to Sheree improperly. Because Sheree was pretty much like, Dag, why you had to go and tell everybody, what was going on about him saying that I'm not paying people and whatnot, and you don't even know me like that. You don't even know if it's true. But here's the thing, Sheree. Not for nothing. We all been knowing that you don't pay people, sis. Like, you had a whole news allegedly, I'm not sure, but I remember seeing where she was on the news and stuff, or it was articles out there where she wasn't paying her contractors when she was having Chateau Thelma built. So, like, girl, just stop it. So then Sheree turns to Candy and says that she was hurt that Candy talked about the issues with other people and didn't come to her first. And I'll say this, I feel two ways about this. I feel like Sheree is, yes, her and Candy are friends. They're close. She's, Candy and Sheree, I feel like they're close friends. Like, she came to Candy's wedding, like they hang out together, whatever the case may be. But Sheree, let's not act like you haven't been the, village bone collector in every season that you've been on. Okay, you've been on the show every third season, child. So don't even try it. So just stop. Because yes, I agree. Candy should have come to her and said it first. And generally, Candy is not messy like that. And I'm really shocked that she went and told the other ladies before she actually had a conversation with Sheree. But Sheree, at this point, you need to not be this butthurt over this. Like, it's giving plot twist. It's giving, why are you coming Candy like this? Like, why is it all of a sudden that now you want to have this big old attitude with Candy? I just feel like her and Marlo are gunning for Candy for some reason, and I just feel like I don't know, it smells bad to me, and it just doesn't smell good, the situation. But moving right along, Kenya gets a phone call while they're at the table, and she ends up leaving the table. She's getting these text messages and whatnot, and apparently, Calamity Mark is over here conjuring up ways to piss Kenya off. So he's telling her that now he has to work, so she needs to come across town. Basically, he's far away from where they are, trying to, they're at dinner. And so he wants her to come and pick Brooklyn up, knowing that the plan was for Brooklyn to be with him overnight. So now she's upset because she's like, he's just doing this to piss her off. And Marlo goes to check on her when she walks away from the table, because she's like, don't let him get under your skin. We're having a good time. Let him figure it out. So Candy says, why don't you just stop letting Brooklyn go and see Mark? And Kenya says she isn't going to do that because Brooklyn needs her dad. And I appreciate her doing that, because keeping the kids, I get it. I don't think Candy is trying to keep Brooklyn away from her father necessarily, or encouraging Kenya to do that. But it gets to a point where it's like, look, if he don't want to be a dad, he don't want to be a dad. But I get it. I feel like, Kenya grew up with her father. Her father pretty much raised her, her grandmother and her dad. So she knows, she has a really good relationship with her father, and she didn't have a relationship with her mother. And it wasn't really something that was, no one forced the situation for her mom to have a relationship with her. So she doesn't want to be the blame when Brooklyn gets older, I'm sure, to somehow have Mark say, well, your mom wouldn't let me see you, because that's how some of these men do, child, men and women, for in that regard. But moving right along, I'm glad that Kenya is actually trying to make sure that he forges a relationship with his child. So Marlo asks Sheree about Tyrone and if he's coming, and Sheree says, well, he is supposed to be coming tomorrow. It's some distance issues or whatever. We'll see, but everything should be on the up and up, and I should see him tomorrow. And then Marlo then turns to Candy and says, the sex stuff is getting out of hand, but she needs to have more, and she needs to have more sex with her husband. And Candy tells Marlo to basically mind her damn business. She's like, well, what the hell? You telling me I talk too much about sex, then you telling me I need to have sex with my husband? Like, girl, I'm not asking you about who up in your cooch box. Like, get out of mine. This is none of your business. Then Candy tells asks Marlo, like, who you having sex with? Why are you worrying about what I'm doing? And so Candy is like, yeah, I guess she ain't got nothing going on over there. That's why she all up in my daggone bedroom. So then Marlo goes around giving advice to everyone, saying everyone needs to cash app her $500 per couple for her great advice. Girl, look, archive your advice, because don't nobody give a damn. Moving on. Candy sits down with the producers and the organizers for her play, and says that basically there are butts and seats. There's a lot of people coming to the play. There's a lot of people traveling to get to the play. And she's pretty much bringing people back into New York because due to the panorama, a lot of people hadn't been traveling to New York or traveling, period, at one point, let alone to go see a daggone show. So she's pretty happy with the amount of people that are coming. She has a really good all-star cast. She even got daggone Samuel L. Jackson, child. So Candy must got some real coins, because if you got enough money to pay Samuel L., you got the coins. You have got the coins. Okay. So moving on. Sanya and Kenya talk about Mark and how he is always gaslighting her, because Sanya and Kenya go shopping and they're talking, and Sanya basically starts to vent to Kenya about her relationship with Drew and how the situations just make her feel a little uneasy. And Kenya talks about how, her going off on, because she went off on Ralph at dinner the night before, or there was a situation where she went off on Ralph because she feels like Ralph gaslights Drew, and it kind of gives her flashbacks of how Mark is always gaslighting her when they're having conversations, and he doesn't listen to her and just basically tries to control her and control the situation. And she realized that she's pretty much projecting, and because Ralph triggers her. And, Drew says that Ralph triggered her, and she feels like Ralph needs to have accountability. And Sanya says Kenya said Ralph triggers her, and she feels like Ralph needs to have accountability. And then Sanya says she doesn't like how Drew allows Ralph to talk crazy to her. And she also mentions drop it with Drew and how she doesn't believe her weight loss journey is actually what she says it is. And then Kenya says Drew got her stomach cut off. That's why she lost all that damn weight. Wait, child, I about bust out laughing. I'm like, Kenya don't have no damn cut cards. She is like, listen, bitch, you done laid down on the table. You dropped it and got the knife cut up on it. That's what you did. You ain't dropping and did not one damn squat, not one run on the treadmill, not one run outside. You ain't dropping the fork from what we're looking at. So, girl, stop. This is just another classic case of people getting surgery and selling weight loss products. I can't stand seeing these Instagram do-batters on the internet selling products that you ain't never swallowed not one day in your life, and knowing if you did, that shit is not working. But moving on. Sheree FaceTimes Candy and she asks if Tyrone is and Candy asks her if Tyrone is coming to the play because they're all getting ready to go to the play for the evening. And she says she doesn't know if he can get out today because he can only travel 100 miles from, I guess, where he's stationed to be on house arrest. So the hotel is 94.6 miles away from where he currently has to be. So he didn't want to chance it. And so he basically, that man ain't coming. Okay. So then they all sit down for dinner before the play and they talk about Marlo and ask about famous people they've messed with. And she talks about her and Jazzy Faye. And Candy had a relation and Candy talks about her relationship with Gerald Levert that she had. And she even talks about a song that she currently still has on her hard drive from that they did a song together, but she just never released it. And then Drew claims her and I'ma say the King James had a thing. And Kenya says she messed with Prince at one point. So Marlo asked Sheree about Tyrone and she said he isn't coming, but she is going to Philly to see him. First of all, Drew, why did you feel the need to talk about LeBron? I don't First of all, wasn't he dating his wife since high school? So when would y'all ever have a thing? And I get it. She probably was the it girl in the late 90s and the early 2000s. But sis, come on now. What? Stop. Moving on. Everyone gets in the van to go to the play. Okay. So all of them are in the van, and Candy tells them all to put on these daggone vibrating panties, child, because she thinks it's just going to be so cool or it's going to be fun that you give your spouse the controller. Or I guess, I don't know if she wanted everybody to put the controllers in a hat and everybody pick a controller and control somebody's shit, but I don't know how that's supposed to work when you have quite a few people on this trip that's single. So how that look, somebody else's husband controlling somebody else's orgasm that's not their wife? That's a little I don't know. I mean, and I know they wasn't about to control their own shit. Like, wasn't nobody about to sit there and be buzzing themselves all night. Like, I'm going to see a play. I'm not trying to go and have an orgasm while I'm watching a play that's supposed to be serious. And this is like a serious thing. This is for colored men or whatever. It's talking about issues in the black culture and black men and how they feel and how they think. And to be sitting here buzzing somebody's coochie box, I don't know if that's a part of the plan, but whatever, Candy, you gonna do whatever you can, child, to promote these damn products. I see you. So when everyone gets in the van, I thought it was so hilarious how Marlo sat up there and lied about her having the damn panties on. She thought Candy buzzed something, and she was like, "Oh, why you do that?" I'm like, Marlo, now you know good and goddamn well you ain't got them damn panties on, and you are a terrible actress, by the way. Knock it off, Marlo. Like I'm telling y'all, this peach is only gonna last for one season. She proves every episode why she is destined to just be a friend of the show. She doesn't it's not given. It's really, Marlo is not given, not near nothing to this series. Anyway, so so moving on. They're running late. Kenya ends up getting on the bus. She don't have no damn panties on, them damn vibrating panties on either, child, and her ass is running late. So they're on their way to the play, and they're about 7 minutes away from the play. Mind you, they're already late, and they had 16 minutes to get there. So they were 7 minutes away, and they had a choice of getting out and walking or toughing it out with the traffic. So they decided to get out of the Sprinter van and run down the block to get to this play, child, sweaty and all, in their, their upscale boutique clothing, Gucci and all these designer clothings and whatnot, hair laid to the nines, makeup galore, and you running down the street. I don't know. Marlo was the only one smart enough to get a damn bike and ride down the street. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. But moving on. Everyone walks out of the play. The play is over. Everyone walks out, and everyone really had positive things to say about the play. And they said that they really, really enjoyed the play. The play is called Thoughts of a Colored Man. And they are all on the way back to the hotel, and they say they're going to everybody's going to meet up, get in their pajamas and whatnot, and, come and hang out. So Marlo, Kenya, and Sheree come down first. They discuss Ralph and Drew's relationship. Okay. So they're basically talking about how Drew always is starting stuff, her putting her hands in people's face, constantly talking over people and whatnot. And then they talk about, drop it with Drew and how she didn't work out and just got surgery. So I think everybody is just pretty much sick of her trying to bamboozle people, especially Sanya, because Sanya is a person that obviously her business is to work out. Like she is a 5-time Olympic, she's very well decorated with Olympic awards. I think she said that she's won gold 5 times, and the bronze she doesn't talk about. So that's the sixth one, or maybe 4 and 6, and the bronze is four golds, and the fifth one is the bronze. I'm not sure. I got to go back and check. But anyway, they're just like fed up with Miss Drew and her lies. So Marlo goes on to the Drop It With Drew website, child, and she said the damn website don't even work, honey. I'm like, She said, well, the archive work. First of all, Marlo, let me tell you something right now. Ain't nobody going on your website and getting them damn clothes. Because mind you, a lot of these clothes are Marlo's. And I said this in a previous review. Who is your size, sis? You like 7 feet tall for a woman. Like, what? What? What not? Most people would have to get your shit altered to even wear it. Now, I could see if she was going out and picking clothes from different designers and, getting it according to what somebody likes, like she's a stylist or something. But from the way her business is, it looks like it's her clothes that she's previously worn. And she just feels like her style is so bomb that people are going to rent these clothes for these astronomically ridiculous prices. Which I don't know why rich people pay this much damn money for clothing. It's beyond me. But you like it. My pockets don't love it. Moving on. So they're all sitting. Drew ends up coming down, and she's telling people about this website that she had. Her website does work. She pulls the website up, child, finally, after 15 damn minutes. And then she says, I don't understand what questions you guys have about my business. Like, what do you need to know? Like, and so Sanya chimes in, and she basically says, listen, I just feel like, I'm a really good friend, and I just don't feel like I can be 100 with you, because you basically saying you said it in an interview with Candy, which I don't think she explained it properly on this episode, but she said that she feels like Drew acts one way in front of everybody, and she does other things behind people's back, like in front of the cameras. I'm sorry, Drew acts one way on the camera, and then she acts another way when they're not filming. And so she's like, she likes the Drew on, behind the scenes that's not filming, but the Drew on camera, she feels like she's putting on a little bit. And I can see that, because Drew is extra. It seems like she tries to find a way to start some shit with people. But I feel like Sanya, this is kind of her way to try to have some type of conflict with somebody. And it's missing for me right now. We got some comments, y'all. All right. Ann Rodriguez says, hey, Shay. Hey, Ann. What's going on, sis? I'm glad you were able to catch a live. Kenya from Cali. No way in hell I'd wear those tickle me panties. Child, you and me neither. Like, listen. Okay, let me tell y'all. I'm gonna let y'all in on my little business for a little bit. So I actually have my best friend. She sells those toys or whatever. So yeah, me and my husband on like a little date night, if we're going out, we've done that before. Like, I'll wear them or whatever, and he has the remote, whatever the case may be. But I'm not doing that going to no damn play. This is like if we're going out to dinner or something fun. Like, it's really cute, something fun to do, but going to a play that's serious, talking about especially what's going on in the world or whatever, that's not, I'm not about to do that. That's dead. You can spice up the bedroom and spice up your life and do things, but doing that, and that just wasn't the moment. But thank you for commenting, Kenya from Cali and Rodriguez. Me too. LOL. Kenya, facts. Marlo, a big tall girl like me. I do think she buys other exclusive pieces. I hope she does, because in that regard, like, I just don't see, like, even everybody, especially women, we all come in all types of fun shapes and sizes, okay? So to be renting clothes for people, that's a very distinct size that she wears. She's thin and tall, but it's like, you're tall, sis. Like, Candy wouldn't be able to rent her clothes. None of the women on that cast would be able to rent her clothes. Maybe Sanya, but Sanya is thinner than her. So I couldn't see how anybody could rent her clothes specifically without any alterations. She rents these clothes that makes no sense to me. Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm like, what? I don't understand. She is renting her clothes. Yes, so she rents her clothes that she wears. Never miss you if I can help it, girl. You know that. Oh, thank you, Anne. I really appreciate you. You are amazing. Kenya from Cali, yes, as a couple, but it's not a group activity. That's just weird. Absolutely, Kenya. Like I said, I'm not going to no damn big event wearing some panties and my husband buzzing me through the damn that's dead. Most actresses on a movie or TV set couldn't rent her clothes. Absolutely not. Like, again, like, I don't get it, but if she's making all this money, child, she done rented out this space. She said was $40,000 in the first episode. So listen, whatever. But moving on, y'all. Thank y'all for commenting. Please, 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 everybody that's watching, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you're loving what we're talking about, and keep on joining us. We love you here. All right, so moving on. Drew says, why didn't you? So when Sanya was basically expressing herself to Drew, saying, she didn't appreciate her putting her hand in Sheree's face, and she just doesn't know what this person that she is. And she just can't really fully rock with her because of some of the things that she's doing. And Drew says, why didn't you talk to me about this earlier? We could have talked about this at any other time instead of in front of people. And Sanya says, well, you had makeup artists all in there and people around, so it wasn't appropriate. She didn't feel like it was an appropriate time to talk to her about how she was feeling with all her assistants around and whatnot. Which, child, what the hell are all these assistants doing? I mean, child, Drew, you are not Angela Bassett, honey. I don't know what you're doing with all these assistants, but whatever, girl. Anyway, so Sanya even goes on to say how she doesn't think that dropping with Drew even makes any sense. And so Drew proceeds to explain the program and say they're, say all these things about her program and how it's helping people all over the country and whatnot. And, they still think she lying, basically. They don't believe sis. So then they explain the fact that she got a mommy makeover and she's selling a weight loss program. So it just don't make no damn sense to nobody. Not that person believes that Drew dropped it by any means of burning a calorie to lose that damn weight. So moving on. The next scene, we see Sheree goes to see Tyrone in Philly in a car from New York. She gets in a car from New York to Philly. I thought I had a picture, y'all. I know I did. Hold on. Yep, here we go. So Sheree is at this restaurant. She's waiting on her boo child to come and see her and film with her and whatnot. So he basically that fool ain't show the hell up. So she's sitting there. She ordered some hot tea. She outside, child. Okay, it seems like it's cold wherever the hell she is, because she got this thick ass fur on, and even though they got this heat lamp out here, that ain't helping sis. But she's sitting there and looking like she's very uncomfortable, because she's probably not the type of woman that is used to sitting there waiting on somebody to come and see her. Okay, I mean waiting on some man. So she's sitting there, and she's calling and calling and calling Tyrone. And listen, she called Tyrone, called him, and tell him come on, help you get your stuff, because this ain't gonna work, Sheree. I felt so bad for Sheree. I really did, because, it seems like for season after season, Sheree really loves this guy. I think she really has an invested interest in him, and she's waited all this time for them to be together, and he doesn't show up for her, and that's messed up. And I've never seen Sheree crying or whatever, especially not over some dude. So she even calls. I really appreciate Kenya in this moment because Kenya is actually showing me a whole different side of her this season. Like, we're used to shady Kenya always starting something with somebody, but I think that now that Brooklyn is getting older and she has a child, like, I can see her really mellowing out, and I really like this Kenya. And I love how she said to her, she was like, "What do you need me to do? Do you need me to help you book a flight so that you can get out of there?" She was like, "You know what? Don't stress over him. You just strut your cute ass through the airport and get yourself home, and we'll talk about it later," or whatever. And I just really appreciated her supporting her in her time of need. But this man, she literally waited there almost 2 hours, y'all. 2 hours waiting on him to show up. And I just thought that was just entirely team too much. And it it was really messed up. Let's get to the comments. I don't get Drew. Is she supposed to be famous, or does she just act like she is? Girl, listen, you and me on the same page, and she was on The Game. I think she did various Disney spots or whatever, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, she's been in a lot of things in the old days or whatever the case may be. But now, I mean, she's just on the Housewives, so I don't know. Sheree was looking gorgeous. So sad. She definitely did. Like, for Sheree to be in her 50s or whatever, she looks damn good. Okay? Keeps that body right. Like, a workout line would have been an amazing thing for her. She should have actually just gone on and did that. But yeah, I felt bad for her. Sheree just looks tired to me. I mean, physically. Yeah, honestly, I think I don't know. Love can do some crazy things, child. It can alter your looks too, I guess. You know? Yes, it is, girl. I hate to say this, but think her picker is broken. Absolutely, because for you to wait this long for somebody to get out of jail, like, I've seen, listen, she need to look at Love After Lockup, because so many people talk a good game when they behind those bars, but the true claim to fame is when they get out. I like Kenya this season too. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yeah, Sheree, this whole situation with Sheree, I'm really feeling bad for her. And I hope that things turn around for her. And apparently, Tyrone did a whole interview with Tasha K. I haven't watched it yet. But because Tasha K, listen, I ain't trying to be nowhere near her. She gets sued, child. And I ain't got it. I can't pay the five. So I don't know about her videos and whatnot. But I may have to watch that one with Tyrone just so I can kind of see where his head is at and why he did what he did. And if they still together, child, because I don't even know that. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that loves to watch these shows with us too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.